Okay, welcome to my tutorial for gold. So gold is going to start in much the same way that Mrs. Narcissa did. You're going to come out to the right with this kind of starting stance, and you're going to take your right arm and you're going to do I think of it as a curve slash. So it's a little bit different than Mrs. Narcissa, which is straight out. Here, it's almost like coming back in, right? So instead of stopping straight to your left, you're going to keep going a little bit and curve it into your body, okay? So you're gonna have 2 beats to do that first one. So we're going 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, and then you're gonna do it again for the right side, 3, 4. Okay, and then from here, you're going to twist your torso back to the left here, and your right arm is gonna come out, and you're gonna do this circle, okay? Notice that because my torso is pointed towards the left, my right arm is able to form a perfect circle. So this is really what you're going for here, is you want this perfect circle. So you're gonna do a perfect circle, and as you come here, so you're doing sort of one loop here, once you get to here, your other arm is gonna come out, and this should be a familiar idea if you've seen the Mrs. Narcissa video. You're forming an opposition, so your arm should be in a straight line. And this is going to point to the next movement where you come and drop down like this. Okay, so let me just show you that one more time. You're gonna come here like this, okay? So you wanna make sure that this comes out at this angle, and it kind of preempts the next move, which is this drop down with your right arm. It's almost like a superhero landing, except your torso is pointed to the left. I just want to film one quick addendum for the first 8 count of gold. As you're doing this move, so you've already done the 2 slashes here. As you're doing this move, note that my right arm is going to start the circle from my right waist. So it's starting pretty low. It's not starting up here or in the middle. It's starting right here at the waist. It's coming up and then down. And then as it comes down, then your arm shoots out, okay? So you have 2 beats for this first loop until it gets to this point, right? So it's going 5, 6, 7, 8. That's what you're trying to target, okay? So again, it will help to make sure that you're totally faced to the left. So that way, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Okay, so some key points. Actually, before the key points, let me show you the counts. So we're going to be going from the right. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, some key points. So for gold, it's really important that you use your full body. So these first slashes where you're doing this, you want to make sure especially that you're not leading with your arms. So the arm is almost like the last thing that moves. You really want to make sure feet planted firmly to the ground, focusing on your tanden, rotating your hips to the right, rotating your torso to the right. Your arm is kind of coming along with that rotation, and then it slashes out. And it's the same thing for the other side, and then it slashes out. You also want to make sure your feet are still pointed forwards, okay? So you don't want your feet to come up off the ground. So like what people might do is, as they're doing this slash, their feet will come up and rotate. That way you don't need to rotate your hips, which if you have tight hips, makes sense because this is basically a crutch, right? If your feet come up, you don't need to rotate your hips, you can just rotate your feet. But really, to maintain the best silhouette and make it look the most powerful, you want your feet glued to the ground, and you want to rotate your hips while you're doing this move. So that's the first key point. The second thing is, as you're doing this, make sure you have a very clean circle. And here, you want to emphasize this move. So there's even like a slowdown, just a micro slowdown. It's not like a full beat or anything, but just enough to enunciate that you're doing this, where you're kind of like pointing up and showing where you're going to follow through on, and then you follow through on it. Okay, so that's it for the first 8 count. Good luck.